You know, that's video from, 1974. Now, this is after the civil rights movement. And this could be a video from, people that we know that could be our brothers and sisters, that was born a little older than us, right? Not our parents. I would say not my parents' age, but maybe some of you millennials' parents' age or something like that. But here's the thing. Our people been going through it. And I want you to watch this video. Now, since this video from 1974, is this really any different today in 2026? Let's go ahead and roll that.
People rioted down this block, and these white people start saying, get out of here, get out of my neighborhood, don't come to this neighborhood. Then they start hitting on her. Throwing rocks and everything else. Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhoods. We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody. We had a nice time. We saw the parade gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. I've never experienced anything like this in my life. And I was sure wish he had hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right in the face. They always say he's doing everything. They always say we're doing everything, right? Every time the white people come down the block, we don't push them out their neighborhood and throw rocks and start hitting them. We don't bother the white people around our neighborhood, but when we get in a white neighborhood, they just push us out. Yeah. Everybody with us, we're nothing, they were a piece of dirt, dogs. I mean, that's the way you treat an animal. I mean, God, we're human beings. Yeah. You don't treat other people like that. It's just wrong. Black, white, I don't care. A person is a person. Skin should have no bearing on how you treat a person. That's just wrong. I hate their goddamn guts.
Speak.
I can't say that I hate them. I can't say that it's totally the kids' fault. I mean, I'm sure their parents had some bearing on the way they feel and everything else. I think it's just a system. I don't know.
How did this terrible thing affect your children? When they ask you these things, why? What do you tell them?
There are good and bad in every people, every race, regardless. Tell them that we just happen to be amongst a few people whose minds are warped. And I'm not going to teach them that, regardless of how many bombs they put at this house. I'm not going to teach my children hate.
The little girl at the time, what she said about these people, that's her reaction, not because she just feel that way just for their existence. She feel that way because of how she's constantly being treated for the simple reason of just being black. She didn't do anything. She was just trying to, at that time, that's when black kids were outside. Today, kids aren't outside like that. Black kids would be outside riding their bikes, having fun, etc. And they talking about, don't be in our neighborhood and all that. And where they learn that from? They Klan parents. But that's that anti-black racist culture that they're practicing. That's exactly what that is. And it's no different from 1974 to 2026. And I show y'all a lot of times here this older footage because I want y'all to see that these people are the same and they're not going to change because that is in the culture. That's not an ism. That's a culture. And part of that culture is anti-black racism. They don't like us for who we are. It's not what we did to them. It's not even showing up nowhere. But yet, when you get like that little young sister and have that reaction to them, then they want to be like, why you feel that way about us? Like, where have you been for the past 400 years? Where have you been? I had nothing to do with it. Did you not have something to do with it? Show me where you fought against it. Show me where you went to fight to get laws on the books to end anti-black racism. Show me where you fought to end redlining. Show me where you tried to fight against the banks for discriminating against black business owners and black homeowners. Show me. If you have nothing to do with it, then you got work to show that you have nothing to do with it. Because if you truly had nothing to do with anything, you'd been ostracized out of your community. Because every white person who fight for what's right, they are ostracized out of their community. Because the cultural norm is anti-black racism. That is the cultural norm, ladies and gentlemen. And because of that cultural norm, they either if they don't agree with it, they can say their piece, but they better not do actually anything or act on that. Because if they do act on it, it's going to be problems. There have been white Americans that have lost their lives in this country for standing up for what's right. But regardless of that, our brothers and sisters been through a lot in this country. And so you fast forward to today and you see why a lot of black Americans say, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to deal with nobody. I only want to deal with black Americans. That is it. And that's all I'm going to deal with is black Americans. You see why? Because we have tried to be around other people. We tried to work with other people. We tried to work with everybody. And every single time they try to find some way to use us and abuse us. And then we say enough is enough. We're not dealing with it anymore. Now black America is wrong for delineating. Oh, you guys are so wrong. Why are you doing this? This is not right. We all Americans. We need to stand against Trump. We need to stand against, like, hell no. You go stand against Trump. Leave us alone. We don't have nothing to do with what he got going on. Well, he got us in a war. Ain't my business. You go sign up for the military and you go over there to Iran and all that stuff with him. You want to. Had nothing to do with us. This is the first time I've seen black Americans be more at peace. You know why we so much at peace? It's because we only worrying about ourselves for a change. Our crime numbers are going down. We're increasing our businesses. We're taking care of ourselves, our health. We're excelling in our careers. We're getting our act together more and more every day as a community. Why? Because we only focus on what black America got going on. We're not trying to prevent white America from being racist. Like, they can be racist all they want. That's their business. As long as they don't put a hand on me, on my family, we ain't got no problem. And I'm glad black America's gotten to that point. We ain't got to stand up and fight for nothing. We stand up and fight for black people. We can do that. But if they leaving us alone, have at it. But I just hate to see, a video like that. And those same kids in 1974 are adults today. And I know they remember that time period. And you wonder why they will be turned up, some of them, today. Why? Because of those experiences in that video. And in the midst of all of that, black parents are like, nah, I'm not teaching my kids to have any kind of hate. And some people may be like, why didn't teach their kids to, the opposite? Well, hate is a cancer of the soul. And it eats your soul up. And the last thing we need as black people is something to be a cancer in our soul. We are the people of soul. We are soul brother and soul sister number one. And that's the thing about us. In the midst of everything they've done to us, they couldn't take our soul. So we got to defend that at all costs. And having hate in our heart, no, we're not going to do that. But we will protect ourselves. We will protect our mental health. We will protect our emotions, emotional health. We're going to protect everything. We're going to avoid people that don't mean us no good. We ain't got to be around nobody. We fine. Trust me, black people do great by ourselves. Great. We don't need to be around other people. We don't got to integrate around nobody. No. Integrating around these different groups will cause us problems. Look, let me tell you something. We know the problems of black folk. We know. And we know how to deal with it. But these other groups, totally different. But I pray all those young brothers and sisters in that video, I pray they live in a great, blessed life today. Because one thing I just can't stand is to see a black child, angry and upset because of how they being treated just for something they cannot help. You can't help the color of your skin. Nobody can. Nobody can. And that, I think that's the dumbest thing ever that I think the world should never accept it. You should have never accepted that skin color stuff from them. You should have made them look dumb when they brought it up. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's just, more black history for you. And that's why when you look at us today, that's why we speak the way we speak. That's why my platform is the way it is, because I'm not going to tolerate that. You're not going to have me crying. I'm going to make you cry. That's what I'm going to do. I got to make you cry because I'm not crying. Oh, no, it's not happening.